So again, remember I was telling you guys about the heater. If you turn the key to the left, that turns your heaters on. So just make sure you know it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Turn that key to the left.
Leave it on, right?
Yep.
Okay. Like a glow plug?
Go ahead, turn it on. Now you see it's starting to power up. Hit that controls on.
Which one?
Controls on. Hit it again. There's something wrong, right?
Yeah.
You need that light to stay on. Remember what I was telling you guys about safety relays?
Yeah. Was that door shut down?
No, there's a safety relay is activated. That's why the controls are not letting you turn on. Go ahead, controls on. Takes a minute. While we're waiting, cycle start is the one that makes everything work. Just make sure you close your door before you hit cycle start, or it won't go into cycle. Right here shows you guys' name, the serial number, and all the information on the baler itself. Hit main screen. Now it shows you what we're talking about. You know how I was giving you G1 and G8?
Yeah.
Proximity sensors. E1 to E4, that's your ejector. D1 to D3, that's your door. See the one that says LE, HE, BE?
Yeah.
Those are your hopper eyes. See your M1 and your M2? You know how I was telling you guys on the motors?
Oh, yeah.
Those are it. This is your hydraulic unit here. Right now it's showing that the conveyor is conveyor 1 on. If somebody hits that, your conveyor no longer works.
Safety disconnect.
Yeah. And you can run 2 conveyors to it, but of course you only have the one, so you're gonna go with 1. Alarm silence. Every time you get an alarm, you have to come up here and silence it, or else it does not stop.
Right.
It's gonna go forever.
That's a constant beep, or is it a...
The one we heard earlier.
Oh, it's the same sound. Okay.
Gather a short stroke. If you're in automatic cycle and the gather is going in reverse and you don't want it to go all the way back, because let's say you're almost done for the day, you don't want to dump so much material. If you hit gather short stroke, it's going to send that gather back forward to give you that last bell and kick it out. Gather position. Let's say you don't have enough material for whatever you're doing. You only have about 3/4 of a bell. The machine doesn't know that it's not complete, so you need to make it believe that it's a complete bell.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold gather position and cycle start at the same time. It's gonna think that it's a complete bell. It's gonna open that chamber door, start pushing it out, and strap it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you gotta do it manually, and it's gonna take you a lot longer. This is your positioning, gather, ejector, or bell door. Whatever you want to do manually, you can do it, reverse or forward. And then, of course, your auto and jog for your conveyor. If you load too much material into the conveyor at one time, whoever's operating is also going to be the person that's going to go in there and get it unjammed. So if it's you operating, I suggest you watch your material. Get a hold of him and be like, hey, we need to spread out, slow down a little bit, whatever the deal is. Get in sync with your operator, because that's going to be your best friend. So you don't have to go in there. If you get a lot of it, I don't know how long it's going to take you to get it in there and start breaking stuff up. It could be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now you're down those 3 hours. So spread out the material, nice and even. If you see a big chunk, then take it off of auto and jog it. Do it slowly.
Okay.
So just make sure that you're watching your material. Go ahead and hit M1. M1? M1? Now it's giving you a warning. What does it say?
Baler is an auto run. Turn the baler to manual before starting.
So I did it on purpose so you guys see what it's gonna do. Now that you did that, hit M1. Wait a couple seconds, make sure that everything's circulating good. Hit M2. Now since you already are in manual mode, if you want to close that door, go ahead and close it. Forward. You gotta hold it. It's not letting you, right? So since the machine works in sync, since I already opened the door, it wants me to cycle the ejector out. But if you don't want to do that, you can go ahead and hit that. Every time you make a different movement in manual mode and you try to go into an auto cycle, it ain't gonna let you because it thinks that you were in the middle of something, so it wants you to exercise every cylinder before you can do an auto cycle. Or you can just override it like I did. Now that your door is closed, go ahead and put it on auto. Hit cycle start. Now the machine's running, but your conveyor is not. Right?
Yeah.
So what do you do with your conveyor?
Auto.
Now the machine's waiting for material. There's two different functions on the machine, auto and semi-auto. Right now you're on auto, which means that the gather is resting forward. It's waiting for the material to blind those photo eyes, making the conveyor stop and the gather to move, right?
Yep.
If you hit semi-auto, it's gonna keep stroking, never stops.
The issue we have, so once material go in there,
Correct.
be the reason for the jam.
Your tire right now shows off, right?
Yeah.
If you hit that, it'll turn it on. Your tire is always going to be off until it's ready to strap. It's going to give it itself power, strap, and then shut back off. The reason why is because that motor, that pump with the motor, the little one, it's in tune with the door. So it needs to work one function or the other. It cannot be both at the same time. So now, right now it's on whatever material that is. Let's say you want to swap to a different material. There's preset materials in there for you guys already. There's set pressures, set strapping, double strap, single strap, whatever you guys want. If you see that a material starts busting straps, you can add more to it. Right now it's on default mode, which means that you guys are not allowed to make any setting adjustments unless your supervisor gives you the passwords to make that adjustment. So go ahead and scroll down. See how it doesn't do anything?
Yeah.
Highlight that center there.
Right here?
Touch it. See that? See how it went highlighted?
Yeah.
Go ahead and scroll down now. So now you're on material select. Go ahead and hit enter. Now it gives you different materials. Try to scroll down. The same thing. Highlight that area. Go ahead and scroll down. So find whatever it is. It's cardboard, so whatever they name it as. So if it's not there, most likely it's your first one. They just named it the generic name for it. Yeah. So go ahead, enter. Main screen. Now you're ready to go. Questions?
It'll take a couple of tries to get through it and
Yeah.
go through the operation. But
You want to start? You want to go?
go ahead and start loading it.
Let's see
What
him
was
turn
the
it
heater
on.
for?
Overnight.
So
If
you
it
gotta-
gets cold, you want to turn your heaters on.
So you go to
That's
the
it.
heaters on and then you can turn it back on, right?
Correct.
Then it's gonna get loud again.
Yep.
And just,
Can't silence that one.
what was that?
You can't silence that one.
Oh, really?
Startup alarm.
Yeah, the warning alarm.
So you gotta wait for it to quit by itself?
Yep. It's pretty simple, huh?
Not really.
No?
I guess I was confused for a little bit that you're calling the gatherer the conveyor.
No. Gatherer is my cylinder here.
Okay.
So you go to main screen, right?
Correct? Now what do we do?
No, I'm lost.
Starting up the M1 motor.
So just M1 start?
Now what?
Second M2 start. And then second start. That should be ready to go.
Is that it?
Go ahead.
Oh, but it's in the cycle start? Okay, auto?
Yep. Switch it to auto.
It's a manual, that's right.
And then cycle start.
Alright. Want to load them up?
Start from the back and push it in.
Start pushing. It gets easier.
Yeah, once you get used to it, no?
Eventually, one person could be running that without being up here. But for right now, let's do it this way. For you guys that are going to be operating it, clean it every day, bro. Down there, take those guards off where those hoses are, and get all that stuff out. Because if you clean it every day, you'll be able to diagnose if you have a problem down the road, and then everything's going to keep running. So just clean it out every single day. Tell the manager or whoever, and be like, hey, I got to shut down 30-40 minutes before and do your daily cleaning. They have to let you do it because it needs to be clean.
Or else they're gonna start having problems.
They're gonna start having problems and stuff's gonna start leaking and tell him to stop. Let's help him out, spread it out a little bit. That's why whenever he's loading, has to be a little at a time. Whoever's operating that, yeah. If you do it a little at a time, you don't have to do none of this. Where's my operator? I need my operator up there. I need you to be watching it. No, I just want him to right now to get a feel for it.
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to get jammed on him, so I want him to watch the material.
Okay. Where would you look for jams? In the hopper up top?
Yeah, so if it's too much material in one thing, it's all gonna fall and it might not go into the chamber the way it's supposed to. Now he has to go in there and hit it down or whatever.
Okay.
So we want to avoid stuff like that. He can jog the conveyor himself and be like,
you can run
okay.
the conveyor back or something?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Well, I see what you were saying about loading it.
Yeah, see like this is perfect.
This is what you want.
This is what you want. But if you just throw...
Pile, you come in from the side, hit it on, come in from the side, hit
Correct.
it on.
Correct. See, so right now the conveyor stopped. The photo eyes are blocked, which is making that gatherer move back and forward. This ain't gonna move until those photo eyes are cleared. It just made its first cut right now.
And it just, I heard the cardboard drop.
Yep.
So right now it's full. The photo it's seeing it.
Yep.
Okay.
See, now that photo eye is cleared. Now it's moving again. Once it reaches G6, that's a complete bale. You'll see money signs, and then it's going to start pushing out. You don't have to wait for the machine to start working. You can do it yourself by hitting cycle start. It'll start moving. Those are for testing your wire. Whenever you get new wire, you can put those pins on and know where your adjustment is on your strapper. I'll have to look at it. It could be.
So what were those pins for, Luis?
For testing only when you're doing your wire. If you ever have to troubleshoot your wire, you put those pins in there to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
But you just put them in there as like a test tie? Okay.
Yep.
Each time you put in a new spool.
Yep. I don't know how long that spool will last you guys. It could be a month, 2 months. It really depends on how much material you guys are running.
Okay.
And of course, if it doesn't get jammed on them. If it's jamming up on them, they're gonna lose a lot of wire.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they gotta run it again, test it.
Sorry. When it's tying off, will it still continue to run conveyor and
No.
everything?
Nope. Everything stops while it's kicking out.
Crazy.
How often you have to fill up that the oil over there for the
A
I mean, I'm sure it's give or take.
few months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on how much drip you want on it. If it drips faster, yep.
So on these ones, we just pull it over there and it'll run the wire on itself, or?
No, once you run out of wire, you run it back through here. Up to the wheels, to the front here. There's a wheel there, there. It goes up, under, up, through the tube. You gotta open up this latch here, release the brake in there, make sure that it goes in there, lock it in, and then feed it through the wire. But I'll show you guys how to do that shortly.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get ahead or nothing.
No, it's good. It's good that you asked me.
So what's that showing you up there, Luis? Is it all the sensors one by one?
Yep. Once it reaches G6, the doors will open. It'll start kicking out.
Oh, okay. And you said at that point everything shuts out.
Yep.
Shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
This is all set up, ready to go.
Ready to go. What?
Pretty easy to like.
Yep. I'm gonna cut it either this afternoon or tomorrow and let you guys rerun it.
Okay, cool.
What I do with the spools, I spray them with WD. The whole roll.
Okay.
Because they have a lot of dust that goes through the track, and eventually creating a jam up there, and it wears out your cutter.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you want to put a rag there with oil or whatever, a lot of people put tennis balls dripped in oil.
Yeah.
So as it's going through, it stops all that from going. That's something you guys would do as well. But I spray the whole roll with WD.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, pretty much the way it goes. See, that's already more than what we used to put. That's why.
Well, you got to realize that's a lot of pressure. So if you only put 4 to 5 ties, you might bust them. We can reduce it,
Oh no, hey, it's not hard.
but it's a lot more compact than what you have out there. So it's,
So do you think we need that many ties?
nope, we can reduce it.
I think we need to.
I was just gonna ask the same thing. Yeah.
14 to 1,600 pounds.
So Joe, how many ties should we reduce that? We don't need that many ties on a rail.
I don't know on this one.
What do you guys recommend?
I've seen people do 5. I've seen people put 6. It really depends on what you guys want.
Think 5 will hold these bales together?
We can try it. If it starts busting, then you know you need the 6.
I mean, it's going to save you.
It's a lot of pressure.
Wire too, dude.
What would you say yours to?
We have it at around 5 to 6.
What's this rope? What's this?
That's probably like 8.
That's 8.
It's 8.
Okay. I'll give you guys or whoever they want the passwords for the supervisor login to be able to do that. I don't know if he wants everybody to know it. So whoever he wants, I'll give it to, and then I'll show you guys on camera what it all is. But again, it's up to whoever they want. So I'm sure you guys do the maintenance. So
There's a username and password to get in and change.
it really depends on who you guys want to have those passwords.
Okay.
I did it right now without saying, so.
Okay.
But if it's just you guys, then we'll write it down, or like he's recording it. The login is going to be SUPV all caps, and then the password is REB all caps.
Okay, we'll have to make sure we get that written down. Hey, so I really quick, I have a question too. So he was saying some kind of a system here on the wire to wipe it down.
Yep.
So I guess he was saying like spray it down with WD.
I sprayed the whole roll with WD.
You do?
Yep.
Would it not be better to have a wiper or
Yep.
something up here? Some kind
That's what I told them. They can put like a rag,
So you can put a rag.
or I seen tennis balls there, like soaked in oil.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool.
Let it drip.
Yep.
Can we
Every time you change a roll, or just how often you have to?
Yeah, you want to have that always on there because that wire keeps running through that track, wearing everything, and
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. What the hell is fucking tire, man?
so your user login is going to be SUPV all caps.
STPV?
SU.
Oh, shit. SU, fuck. SUPV.
Yep.
Okay.
And then your password is going to be REB all caps. Red.
Oh, fuck, my pen.
I got a pin on the back of the baler.
Have it back.
setting the wire tie, you didn't set how many ties, you set a distance.
Spacing, correct.
Okay.
So I said it was at 325 milliseconds. I changed it to 400 milliseconds. The first tie that you saw up there was for the first tie here. We don't want this to be any further back or any further up. So this one's fine. But these are really short. So now it should be somewhere first tie here, second one here. If not, we'll keep playing with it until we get it right.
Okay.
And then I'll show whoever my maintenance guys are how to make that spacing. If you want to cut it down. If you guys want to do 2, 1, 2, 1, you could do that as well.
Okay.
Double strap, one, single strap the next one. Each material has its own setting and it's all preset, but if you guys want to make any adjustments, you can. You also get certain PSI pressure for it. If you don't like this weight, we can give it maximum pressure, which is allowed only. You're not allowed the 5,000 like it says. You're allowed anywhere from 38 to 42. Sometimes only 4,000. It doesn't give you that peak 5,000 because it's protecting itself.
Yeah, I was like, can't think of that. I'm like, that's a big ass bale.
That's a big, heavy bale.
If you want them a little lighter, we can change that as well.
Yeah, I don't. As long as you show us so we know, we can see it. So we can try to avoid having to call you and sound stupid every single time we have a question. There's just going to be a learning curve here for a little bit, you know?
Yep. You guys want to go see on the unit how everything's moving, the valves that are activating and stuff like that?
You can't see everything.
See the pilot lights?
Yeah.
So every time something's working, it's gonna work with 2 different valves. These 2 are always working. So let's say the gatherer G5, it's broken, right? It's gonna move forward, but it's no longer gonna come back, no matter what you do. If you activate that valve, and this return one, or vice versa, the other one, all at the same time, they'll bring it back. But you have to activate all 3. Main pressure, the one that return back to the tank, and the valve that you're trying to get it to move. Because if you only do 2, it's not going to return it back to the tank. It doesn't know. So your pilot lights are your best friend. If you start to build pressure on this gauge here, that means your filters are starting to get clogged up. If it reaches up to 3 bar, they're done. Filter change 1,000 hours, or the machine's gonna tell you. But every 1,000 hours, change your filters. 5,000 hours, they want you to change the hydraulic oil. You can take samples, have somebody come take samples, and refilter your same oil.